Hey mates, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kaitlyn and I'm an American learning to live down under here in beautiful Sydney, Australia. And I was checking out my YouTube homepage and saw that Aussie English actually came up with an Australian quiz. I haven't seen this video yet, so let's jump into this video and see how many of these Australian questions I know and how many you guys know.
Number 1. In which state or territory is Uluru found? In which state or territory is Uluru found? This is also known as Ayers Rock, but the Indigenous name is Uluru. A. Victoria. B. The Northern Territory. C. Western Australia. Or D. Queensland.
So maybe I'm overthinking this one a little bit. Like, I know it's sort of in the middle of the country-ish, like not dead center in the middle. So I'm thinking like it's between the Northern Territory and Queensland, like somewhere around there. But I think it's a little bit more like west. So I'm gonna go with the Northern Territory on this one.
The answer is B, the Northern Territory. Number 2. What is the capital city of Tasmania? A. Launceston. B. Hobart. C. Melbourne. Or D. Sydney.
So I actually know this one. It is Hobart. I've been there before and it is absolutely beautiful. If you live in Australia, or now that the borders are open, if you're coming to Australia, Tasmania is definitely a place that you'll want to check out. It is gorgeous there. I mean, the dark blue waters and clear blue skies, the mountain range. It's honestly just such a beautiful place. I absolutely loved Hobart. The answer for this is definitely B.
The answer is B, Hobart. Question 3. Approximately how many Indigenous languages were originally found in Australia? So approximately, not the exact number, approximately how many Indigenous languages were there in Australia before colonisation? A. 10. B. 50. C. 100. Or D. 250.
See, I know there's a lot more than just 250 languages or Indigenous languages found in Australia. But this is saying when it was originally found, so like I don't know like which year are they talking about? Was it like when it was first discovered, or like I don't know. So like I know 10's going to be way too little. And I feel like it's going up like slightly in increments, but it goes up this huge jump from like 100 to 250. So I don't think they would have found 250 when it was originally found. Like I think 100's a safe guess because I genuinely have no idea when it was originally found, so we'll go with C.
The answer is D, 250.
Wow. Okay, so I genuinely did not know that. I'm kind of surprised that it was that many when it was first founded. I'm not surprised that we know that there's that many and a lot more now, but that is good to know. Really surprising.
Question 4. Actor Paul Hogan launched to worldwide fame in which classic Australian film? A. Muriel's Wedding. B. Crocodile Dundee. C. The Castle. Or D. Rams.
So I think just about everybody knows this. It's B, Crocodile Dundee. Like, it's iconic. Everybody knows that movie. That was kind of like Australia's claim to fame worldwide, and really, like, I think put Australia on like the Hollywood map. And funny enough, my partner's grandfather actually used to work with Paul Hogan. They both worked on painting the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Like, this was before Paul Hogan became like this big actor, obviously.
The answer is B, Crocodile Dundee. 5. In which year was Australia colonised by the British? A. 1688. B. 1770. C. 1788. Or D. 1818.
Oh, so I know very little about Australian history. I know it was colonized after the American Revolutionary War. That I know. I know it's a very American way of knowing that, but that's how I know. So I know it's definitely not A or B. It's either C or D. I think it was in the 1700s. It's like 1901 it became a federation. So it was colonized. I'm pretty sure it was the 1700s. So I'm gonna go with C, 1788. I'm assuming that that's the right one. I don't think it was the 1800s, so we'll see.
And the answer is C, 1788. Question 6. What's Australia's biggest export? A, wool. B, beef. C, gold. Or D, iron ore.
I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I'm pretty sure that it's D. Everything going on, people are talking about how Western Australia has like the greatest economy going right now and borders and blah blah blah. Let's not get into that. But Australia, especially Western Australia, is a huge exporter of iron ore. There are a lot of mines, especially in Western Australia. So I hear about a lot of iron mines. I don't hear a lot about gold mines. I know Australia's a huge beef industry. I don't know so much about wool, so I'm going to go with D. I think it's iron ore.
The answer is D. It's iron ore. 7. Which of the following colours isn't in the Australian Aboriginal flag? So which of these colours is not a part of the flag? A, green. B, red. C, yellow. And D, black. And I know loads of you are going to be like, black isn't a colour, it's a shade. You know what I mean.
So we know it's A, green, because just a couple questions back he asked about the languages and it showed the Indigenous flag in like a map of Australia. So like red, black, and yellow. We just saw it a couple slides ago, so this one's pretty easy. Obviously the answer is A, green.
So which one? A, green. Who of the following was the most famous Australian bushranger? A, Ned Kelly. B, Kevin Rudd. C, Captain Moonlight. Or D, Ben Hall.
Now, Captain Moonlight sounds like a cocktail drink that you would make with Captain Morgan rum. I know Kevin Rudd was in politics. I don't know if he was a prime minister, but I know I've heard people like on the news and stuff like that before mention Kevin Rudd's name. I know he was a politician. So it's between Ned Kelly or Ben Hall. I don't think Captain Moonlight was a real person. I think that's just like some made up thing thrown in here. Maybe it was like a cartoon character or something. I don't know if I've heard of either of these names before though. Since the last answer was A, I'm going to go with D because I don't know. And I don't think they're going to do like back-to-back like answers like that. This is just like standardized test jumbles going on up here. I'm going to go with D. Ben Hall. I don't know.
The answer is A, Ned Kelly. Question 9. The largest Australian native land mammal is A, the red kangaroo. B, the kangaroo rat. C, the koala. D, buffalo.
Are there buffalo in Australia? I know there's camels. Like I've heard that there's camels throughout Australia, but I've never heard buffalo. Like I know that koalas are smaller than kangaroos. That one's out. Kangaroo rat, even if it's pretty large for a rat, still smaller than a kangaroo. That one's out. So I've never heard of buffalo in Australia though. I don't think that's it. I mean, maybe I guess we'll find out. I'm going with A, red kangaroo, because I don't think buffalo exists in Australia.
The answer is A, the red kangaroo. Question 10. The Sydney Opera House is found in which state? A, Western Australia. B, Victoria. C, South Australia. Or D, New South Wales.
Oh, it's D. I live here in New South Wales. I'm in Western Sydney. Western Sydney. And funny enough, a few weeks ago, when I still had my job working in the CBD, I actually went over to Circular Quay and FaceTimed my dad while I had the bridge and the Opera House behind me on my lunch break. So I know for sure it's D, New South Wales.
The answer is D, New South Wales.
So that is it for this video, you guys. If you want to see what the other 10 questions are in this quiz, I will drop the link to Aussie English's channel down below. Go check it out and see if you can get the second set right. Let me know how you guys did in the comments down below, if there are any of these that you weren't sure of, any of them that you got wrong, or if you got a perfect score on this first half of Aussie English's Australian quiz. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button down below to join our little Amer-Australian family. I post on Mondays and sometimes Thursdays about the differences between American and Australian culture and the overall process of learning to live down under. My name's Kaitlyn, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!